Hi, my name is Patrick Reagan. Welcome to the Operating Systems Linux, where we cover how to install, manage, and use the Linux operating system. In Part 1, Introduction to Linux, we define what Linux is and how it relates to open source and GNU. We then cover the various Linux distributions or distros that are available. Lastly, it covers the features and interfaces available in Linux. For those who are going to take the A+ exam, there are practice questions toward the end of the video. Linux is a family of open source, Unix-like operating systems based on the Linux kernel. It is an operating system that directly manages the system's hardware and resources like CPU, memory, and storage. It can be found on a wide range of devices and systems including desktop computers, servers, smartphones including Androids, supercomputers, home appliances, and network appliances. The main developer for the Linux kernel is Linux Torvalds. To create a full and functional system, the Linux kernel is combined with a collection of software packages and utilities, which are together called Linux distributions. Different from Windows, there are many distributions of Linux where a company or organization has taken Linux and customized it and branded it as its own. Some of these versions are distributed for free, while some other distributions are paid distributions that include additional support at a very moderate price, usually via subscription. Similar to Windows, Linux can be used as a workstation and/or server, and many distributions will have server versions and desktop versions. As of October 2023, Linux has 2.92% of desktop operating systems, 85% of smartphones are powered by Linux, and 96.3% of the top 1 million web servers use Linux. Linux consists of 60% of the embedded systems. All of the world's fastest supercomputers run on the Linux operating system. Open source software is software with source code that anyone can inspect, modify, and enhance. The copyright holder grants users the rights to use, study, change, and distribute the software and its source code to anyone and for any purpose. However, some open source licenses use a copyleft license that stipulates that anyone who releases a modified open source program must also release the source code for that program alongside it. Open source software provides transparency, flexibility, agility, and community collaboration while avoiding vendor lockout. GNU General Public License, or GPL, is software and license that is free and publicly available for use, modification, repackaging, and redistribution. GNU stands for GNU, not Unix. GNU offers a collection of free software that can be used as an operating system or part of an operating system. Linux is licensed under the GNU General Public License. GNU is a series of widely used free software licenses or copyleft that guarantee end users the four freedoms to run, study, share, and modify the software, and any changes or improvements made to the software are distributed under the same license. The GPL ensures that Linux and any derivative works remain free and open source. Today, there are over 600 Linux distributions or distros available. Ubuntu is the world's most popular Linux-based desktop operating system with over an estimated 20 million users worldwide. Many distributions are built on Debian. Red Hat has 33.9% of the share of the global server operating systems market. Other popular Linux distros are SUSE OpenSUSE, CentOS, and Fedora. Fedora is an upstream source for Red Hat Enterprise Linux and CentOS. This slide shows the links to some of the more popular distros. Linux is a multi-user and multitasking operating system. Linux can provide services and use services. Linux is very portable, which means that it can be used on a wide range of hardware architectures. A portable application is a software product designed to be easily moved from one computing environment to another. A terminal is a device or program that provides a user interface which allows users to type commands, passes the commands to a shell, and receive output from the operating system. The terminal can use one of several shells. The shell is a command line interpreter program that provides an interface between the user and the operating system. It allows the user to give commands to the operating system and receive responses from it. The most popular shell in Linux and the default login shell in Linux systems and Mac OS is the Born Again shell, or Bash. Some other popular shells include the C shell, the Z shell, and the Korn shell. Shells are an important part of Linux and Unix systems, and they are used by system administrators, programmers, and power users alike. X11, or simply X, is the display server windowing system for bitmap displays. It provides the graphical user interface, or GUI, for drawing and moving windows on a display device and interacts with the mouse and keyboard. Alternatives to X11 is Wayland. Nowadays, almost every major Linux distribution comes with GNOME as the default GUI. GNOME is a widely used desktop environment with an easy-to-use GUI. The Linux open source community also created GNOME extensions, which overcome some of the infamous shortcomings of GNOME and extends the desktop functionality to suit a variety of needs. Other popular GUI for Linux includes KDE, which offers cross-device operations and great visuals for modern machines, and Mate is a split off from GNOME that did not like the direction that GNOME 3 was headed. Settings show that X11 and GNOME is running on this machine. UB2 Linux running multiple windows including Firefox browser, LibreOffice Writer, and Files. LibreOffice is an open source Office package similar to Microsoft Office. GNOME's Files, formerly known as Nautilus, is equivalent to File Explorer. Launcher, sometimes referred to as Dash, is the shortcut bar on the left side of the screen. It's an application launcher which may include Firefox Browser, Thunderbird Mail, GNOME File, LibreOffice Writer, UB2 Software Center, or the Software Store, and Report a Problem, Help, and Trash, which is equivalent to the Windows Recycle Bin. The Show Application button at the bottom of the launcher allows you to see all applications. At the top of the screen, you can perform file and application searches. The two rectangular boxes toward the top of the screen are Ubuntu workspaces, which are virtual desktops, which allow you to run different programs in separate compartments so that you can make the running applications more organized and easier to navigate. You can think of virtual desktops as you give multiple desks to work on with different applications and open documents. Activities Overview allows you to access your windows and applications. The clock at the top of the bar allows you to see current date and monthly calendar, a list of upcoming appointments, and new notifications. System Menu button, the top right corner, opens the System menu, which allows you to manage your system settings in your computer. It includes the Screenshot tool, Settings, Lock Computer, Shutdown button, Network Settings, Power button, Enable or Disable Dark Mode, and it may also show volume control. Debian Linux is similar to Ubuntu Linux. By clicking the Activities button, you can access the launcher. And here is Red Hat Linux. The Activities button shows Launcher. Question: in Debian, Ubuntu, and Red Hat operating systems, what do you call the kernel? Answer: Linux. Question: what licenses is used by Linux? Answer: GPL. Question: what is the command line interpreter in Linux? Answer: shell. Question: what is X11? Answer: a windowing system. Question: what do you typically use in Linux to start an application? Answer: launcher or dash. Question: which operating system allows user to have access to the source code? Answer: Linux. For more information, visit these sites. In summary, Linux is a family of open source Unix-like operating systems based on the Linux kernel that directly manage the system's hardware resources like CPU, memory, and storage. Open source software is software with source code that anyone can inspect, modify, and enhance. GNU General Public License, or GPL, is software and license that is free and publicly available for use, modification, repackaging, and redistribution. Today, there are over 600 Linux distributions or distros available. Linux is a multi-user and multitasking operating system. Linux is very portable, which means that it can be used on a wide range of hardware architectures. The shell is a command line interpreter program that provides an interface between the user and the operating system. X11, or simple X, is the windowing system for bitmap displays. GNOME is a widely used desktop environment with an easy-to-use GUI. Launcher, sometimes referred to as dash, is the shortcut bar on the left side of the screen. Thank you for watching this video. The next video will be Linux, Part 2, Installing and Updating Linux, which also covers how to install Ubuntu Linux. Thank you.